Okay, good afternoon, folks. Hope everyone is well. Market is due open in just under a minute. 13th of December. So Christmas is, well, 12 days away. Unbelievably quick it's gone this year. So what are we looking at? So reasonably low volume again overnight. Just gone up. Looks like it's coming down. So let's see what sort of day. But I haven't taken a trade this week. Tell her I took one trade on a My Funny Futures account, but there's just not a lot of stuff around at the moment. So I am trading in My Funny Futures on another chart up above my head. So you might hear the odd ping here or there. So we'll see how we get on today. So Ionis, how you doing? Daryl, morning to you. Speedy, how you doing, buddy? So let's have a look. So we've had a channel with a break, two pushes to new high, channel with a break. Let's see. In fact, I'm going to get an order ready here just in case we get a second entry. Channel down with a break. Let's have another leg. Come on. Okay, leg and a leg. Let's have a little look here. Okay, so there's a second entry there, but the signal bar's naff. See if we get a triple test maybe. But it is a channel down. It fits nice. I got no issues with that. I don't think it's a break and a retest of this, because that to me is at least had one break and a new high. So our option now is a triple test, whether it comes back up there. I don't think it's going to be fair. Okay, there's a short failure there. Let's see if this triggers. It could be a wider channel there. It is kind of starting off possibly like a range, isn't it? Come on, let's get another push up. Channel down, 1, 2. Maybe we get a triple test here. We'll see. So there is a short failure there, which is triggered. It's got to get up here for me and hit this line or get as close to. Second, how you doing, buddy? I had a best barn, a second entry short, got a second entry, unfortunately, immediately dropped the trigger. Yeah, it's frustrating, isn't it? Okay, let's see if this breaks above here. I wasn't expecting that. I'm just wondering if we're going to retest for this. Can't see it somehow. Tell you one thing I haven't looked at. We got something like that. Possible. Not sure though. Oh, there we go. We didn't have a signal bar that's just dropped straight down.
Order cancelled.
Set up there, unfortunately.
Order filled.
I've just taken a trade on the NQ short. There's a triple test on that.
Stop filled.
No, that didn't work. That was just an evaluation.
Order filled.
This thing looks like it's going up to me. Wonder if there is something going along here. It's certainly possible. Let's see if this, what happens here. So this, no, I'm just not liking this at the moment. This looks like it could go up. but I'm not sure about this. It's a bit choppy. So maybe there is a wider channel up there. Certainly could be. We've got a leg up and pull back a little bit of sideways. So we could be getting another leg up here. It's still a bit choppy, really. It needs a bit of a strong push, to be honest with you.
Target filled.
Oh, nice $500 on that, on the NQ there. That was nice. Yeah, it's going up from the leg by the looks of things. Indicators showing New York and London. That it's a widget from. That's it there. It's a widget from Windows. So just go into Windows and I bought it. I think it was about £2 English or just under £2. And I like it because we've got the time there, but it's quite small. And sometimes you just need a quick glance at the time. So I kind of like, you can change the colors, change the size. There's different settings there. But yeah, if you go into Windows, it's like the Windows where you can purchase. That's it there, I think. Let's just shut up on a different. So yeah, it's in Microsoft. So if you just type in time zone, well, let's have a look. See if it comes up. Timer widget. Oh no, time. Is it desktop timer time zone. Time zone. I think it's time zone widgets, I think. That's it there, yeah. There you go. So I think that's it. Looks like it. Or is that just the time? That might be desktop clock. Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's desktop clock. There it is. So what's it showing there? That's it there. I've already purchased it. So, yeah, desktop. So just go into the Microsoft store, and just type in desktop clock. You're welcome. But it's handy. Just, I can just... within a second, I can see what time it is. It's more the US time for things like news and stuff like that. But when it's quite small down there, it takes a bit of zeroing in, doesn't it? So it does look like we're whether we're pushing for a new high or whether we're making a second leg up. It's hard to say, really, is it? Did I enter trade? Yeah, it was just I'm just trading my funded futures account on the NQ. I tend to do it there because you tend to get better bang for your buck. I get a little bit more risky with those anyway. So. It was just a crap day. In fact, as you notice yesterday, Mac marked about 3 trades here, high probability trades, and the rest were just riskier trades. So he didn't have many high probability trades, and I concur with that. I think it was a crap day yesterday, to be fair. Let's see if I can find his chart. Where are you, Mac? There we are. That was it there yesterday. I've killed the time. But yeah, that was his chart from yesterday. So we had 3 high poly trades and the rest both down there. That one, that one, that one, that. Sorry, there's one up there, but the rest were green. So it was an easy day. To be honest with you, that was quite early anyway, and it was a bit choppy. It's hard to know whether, we have this leg down. You'd hard to know whether we're going to have another, which we did. But Mac only goes for a point, so... I mean, I didn't even pay attention to those, but yeah, everything else was just a lot riskier. So it wasn't an easy day yesterday. We've been having quite a few like that. He marks a loser and says nothing. Does he really? I mean, I've just got rid of it. Let me have a look again. He might have just mistaken that. I'd love to know what he traded. What I'd love to hear from Mac is to go... Now, at the end of the day, the trades I'd have taken would be that one, and that one, something like that. Let's have a quick look. What time did you say? 10 something, was it? 10 minutes 30. Where's the time at? Was it around about there, was it? It was that one, wasn't it? Of course it was, yeah. Oh, yeah. Have a look. I'll move your arrow. So that one there, yeah. Didn't notice that one. That definitely didn't go up a point and came down lower than there, didn't it? Let's just, again, move his arrow a minute. There we go, yeah. Yeah, of course. I wouldn't have taken that personally anyway. I just don't know. But yeah, of course, that never went up a point, did it? A point is half of that, and it's got to tick through. So Mac could have gone a tick above it. So yeah, strange that. He might have just, I dare say he marks these at the end of the day and doesn't pay maybe enough attention to him to see that. But yeah, of course, yeah. That one there, you went a tick. Sorry, that one there, you went a tick above there. You've probably got 3 ticks there. 3 ticks It's not enough to get out, is it? Yeah, I never noticed that. I just tend to flick through them now and just compare it to mine. He had the same sort of chart as mine, that one with the break. So yeah, I like more to compare what his chart says. Strange. Not only that, see, if you go for a point, it's actually got to hit a 1.25, which adds that extra quarter point on. Otherwise, it won't push. Well, it's rare it'll push through. I suppose he'll get in, but yeah, generally a 1.25. So 3 ticks, even 4 ticks isn't really enough, is it? And Mac always goes a point, or he's always said he goes, a tick above it. So it's not like he's getting in. Mac still uses a stop order. Now, if I was trading on one account, I may use a stop order. A market order. But I like limit orders. And when you trade in multiple accounts, I think limit orders. The trouble is, when I used to use market orders, sometimes as you drop it at the close of a bar, it ticks up. And if it hits your order at the same time, it kicks it off, and then you've got to mess around right-clicking and doing it again. Whereas a limit order won't do that. As soon as it closes, if I drop a limit order bang on there, it'll sit there until it gets taken. So you're guaranteed to get in, really, if it hits price. Whereas with a market order, it can kick it out. And that's frustrating, that is, because sometimes it'll kick it out, and by the time you've right-clicked and got in again, the move's already made. And not only that, sometimes if you trade in multiple accounts, it'll trigger some of them, but not all of them, and that's a ball ache as well. Whereas multiple accounts on a limit order, if they don't trigger all of them, the limit order will just sit there, so it won't necessarily. So it's a much better way, I think, multiple. But as he trades just one account, it's not as important. And not in that, he's been doing it for donkey's years. He knows what works for him. So let's have a little look at this. So Thomas Wade is now, I agree with that. It kind of fits, doesn't it? But he's brought that down to there and call that an overshoot. And now he's going sideways. I'm not sure about that. Let me have a look. Yeah, it's a bit hard to tell at the moment exactly what's going on. But yesterday, with the exception of that dropout, most of the day was just a range, really, and then we had that little drop, didn't we, in a slight recovery before the end of the day. We still need a new high. Yeah, see, Thomas Wade's looking for a new high. So he's got that like that, which, yeah, it works fine there. But I'm not sure why he's left that at the top. I don't know. It's a bit hard to. Sometimes they don't kind of make sense, do they? But he's more experienced than me, so you've got to do what's best for you, haven't you? What works for you. So yeah, he's got it like that. He's let that go, so he's waiting for a new high. So so yeah, he's got this as a range. I don't see no reason why you wouldn't, really. Yeah, I mean, there could be, in fact, I'd be inclined to get rid of that. I'm not too concerned with that. In fact, it hasn't filled that gap properly, has it? I don't think it has. There's a little gap there. Yeah, it's missed it by a point, I think, somewhere around those lines, isn't it? Something like that. It's missed it by about a point. Yeah, 1.25, something like that. So there is a gap there which may get filled. So yeah, so I don't think there's anything bigger than that channel out there. 2 pushes to a new high. We had a bounce. I thought there might be something wider, but it doesn't look like it now. This is just working like a range. So maybe just a push up into it and then a couple of attempts to go lower, and then we may push up. Penguin sort of style, really. So Yesterday and the day before, after that big push-up, we had 2 legs back. So we had a big push-up, 2 legs back. So I think now there's a good chance we have a push-up, 2 legs back, and then up maybe some more. Who knows? We'll see. But that is a push-up, and that is 2 attempts to push lower. So we'll see. I think we can get rid of that. So push up, 1 attempt to go low. It tried a bunch of times, went back up, and it's having another go by the looks of things. So 2 legs down. If we can get a break here or an overshoot and a new low, I may look for a higher low there to go low, because I think with that push up, 2 attempts to go, it's more likely to go and retest this. So. Oh, it's cold upstairs. Oh, can start a channel at the range early at key entry point. Again, can start a channel at the range early at key entry point, but not a big fan of that. Yeah. Thinking about something from here. From the market open, about here. Yeah, possibly. It's turned, isn't it, and come back, so yeah. The trouble is, until the thing is, we're constantly adapting things, aren't they? 1 minute something might look right, and then as something changes, so you're constantly trying and adapting. I've actually got rid of mine now. The only one that I'm confident I know what I'm looking at is this one, possibly with a break, but even not, that's certainly a break and a new high. We've got 1 attempt to go lower, second attempt. If we can bounce here strongly, then I'd be interested in going along, but I don't want to do it while price is still in this channel. I'd like it to have a break first or an overshoot. Either or would do it. Oh, I'm cold. Oh, let me just put the heating on. I'll be 1 second. Oh, sorry about that. Oh. It's getting a bit cold. What's the temperature today? Where are we? Can't see it. Okay, we've had a break. That's good. Whether it's a bounce or not a break, I don't know. But the fact that it's a break, that's enough for me. What's crypto doing today? Let's have a look. Where's Bitcoin? Bitcoin is 101,000. Ethereum's approaching $4,000. Okay, that's what I wanted to break. If we can get a new low now, we've got enough room under there to get a new low. So if we can get a couple of pushes down to a new low and a bounce here, a nice strong bounce here, I may have a go. I may wait for a higher low. We'll see.
Order filled.
I've just taken a trade on on my funded futures if you wonder what the noise was. Come on, come down.
Target
There we go.
filled.
$180 on my funded futures. So right, there was a trap there by the looks of things. Okay, so second entry long. Yeah, I took the trap, but I did. It went up. There was a bearish bar, wasn't it? Wasn't there? It broke above there and came down. This to me looked like it was a break and come down. So I expected that NQ to come down a bit, and it just came down enough to give me $180. I only wanted a small bit off it. Second entry long. On the this thing here, yeah, it was a failure, wasn't it? My slight concern is because these two pushes down that it didn't come back there, it pushed up, but I thought there was a good chance, so that's what I wanted now. So we've had, that's a little bit higher than that, so we've had two legs now, so if we get a nice bullish bar here, I'd be interested in higher low. That's if we do. This thing looks like it's got other plans. Yeah. Yeah, see, Jay, you went long there, didn't you? I took that as a failure. Channel break, new eye or a couple of legs up. I went there just for enough. Well, $180 I think I took. I thought I was going to take 200 out of it. Yeah, I went for that one. Failure. I didn't think there was a bigger channel here, so I just jumped in that one. I trade that one a little bit more aggressively. Hmm. So if this is a range, maybe this is a breakout. I'm not treating it as a breakout. There is a gap down here, see. So, there could be something wider there. It actually fits pretty good, I think. And it's tested the underside of this, so let's see. Yeah, see, this is starting to look like just the start of a range day. So I like that as a bigger channel, so that looks okay to me. So second entry short here to push above this, touch that and come down bearish, I may have a go. Trouble is, if it is a range in, breakouts often fail, but I'm not massively convinced that's a... it might have just bounced here, but we've pushed through it, so... just going to sort of sit tight there. At least it's moving, which is better than nothing. At least they're easy to set up, so a lot easier to see when it's sort of a little bit more open. There's not a lot of congestion really, with the exception of this. Really, there's a little bit here, but nothing. We had kind of 2 pushes up and a third attempt. 1, 2, 3, and then another attempt and up again. So second entry short possibly if we can... no, it's not going to do it. I thought we may get a second leg up. Touch this, close below here. That's a shame. Yeah, see, all of a sudden now you see that doesn't seem so bad, does it? My only concern here that we were going to bounce here, and I easily go for 3 points, and a tick below there. I'd have to get down to here. So if you're going to take a small bit, there's no issues there. I mean, there's always a chance it's going to go down, but when we have a leg out like this, and we have one bounce there, I'm kind of open the fact that we may have another one and some more upwards. We try to go lower quite a few times there. So yeah, second entry would have been nice there, but you can see it's rejecting here a little bit. Well, we push up a few times, we can't get above this, and then we have that drop. So I suppose one thinks that it's likely to come down. One thinks. I sounds a bit royal today. Okay, so in fact, yeah, we were kind of bouncing off the overnight highs there, weren't we? I didn't notice that. So I think, by the way, this is where if you can get a second entry short here, I've got no issues with taking that one because there is a gap down here. Well, I say there's a gap. Yes, there is a gap. It's okay. I'm going to say there isn't on my other chart, but the other chart's the NQ, so. So looking for 2 pushes or even a break and 2 legs. Okay, I like the way we've got a bearish bar right there, but we need to trigger that. And then hopefully have another leg. I don't even mind having a break here. Break new lower, get us down into this territory. We could get a hidden second entry short with that. If we do, I may wait for the lower high, because my concern is we have 1 leg and then a second leg and retest this area and then fall. So little channel there with a break. So the more straighter these are, the less trustworthy I find them. I like them when it goes more sideways before up, because you can almost squeeze that into the same channel and it wouldn't look shocking. So I prefer an actual move over, really, more of 2 legs rather than a kind of a squiggly 1 leg. So my concern is here we go a little bit higher. I would prefer a leg and then another leg, because there's a lot of support here. So we have got overnight highs here at the EMA as well. So maybe we get slightly higher leg and then a leg. We'll see. Doji's no good anyway. We've come over sideways. We're moving over a little bit more sideways now, so it's splitting up a touch. But see what I mean about that? Thomas Way's got that still in that channel. That's the issue when they're quite straight. Although it looks like a push up and it'll move over, I still see that as a more like 1 channel. I'd give it the benefit of the doubt, but if it moves sideways and then pushes up, I've not got so much of a problem with that. Still not right, that for me. But the fact that it is still going sideways, that's more like it. So I am going to just get an order open.
Order
just
submitted.
Ready. Okay, leg, break, leg. That looks more like a bit of a crossover to me. I was kind of hoping we were going to test this area. So if we can get a decent bounce off here, or even 2 legs, then that would interest me. I can't see a break there. It fits nice, that does for me. Tight, tight, tight. There's no overshoot I can't see. I mean, there's the tiny corner there, but you could adjust this ever so slightly, and it's negligible, that. So after this, I'd still like to see a retest of this. So let's see what happens. But if it stays quite straight, I'd only take the lower high. So, I mean, I don't know whether... I think that range days resets are less probability, unfortunately. I'm not sure. See, Stop Hunter's put his chart on there, and he's showing that as a small overshoot. I think it's negligible. If these two bars are slightly more of a stem on them, you could close that off almost. So I don't think it is. So there's a first leg up. I'd like to get another leg. Nothing I can do with that, unfortunately. I don't think you can... like a second leg, really. Oh, shoot, get away. Yeah, I want a second leg. There's nothing you can do really there. I mean, you could say that. I don't know. I think that's enough sideways to create that second little leg up. But I'd rather a proper second leg. I'd rather come down a little bit more and then have another proper go, in which case we've kind of got a triple test and a channel down, 2 pushes up. I mean, that channel fits nice for me. 1 leg up, second leg up, penguin style, sort of a bigger picture. That would interest me. Looking like it's ranging. We've had this. I'd like to expect. I'd expect a new low there. So you could say channel with a break and a new high. We're getting close to retesting this. So a lower high may work here, but I wouldn't take one if one appeared here. I've done that before and it's triggered me out and come up here for a second leg. So these, I've talked about these before. I kind of describe them as down and across. And I've been caught out by them. It may not work anyway, but... in other words, a lower high that's almost vertical. I prefer a more at that angle, lower high at that angle. So I prefer another leg up, a proper leg up. High there, but that's too far from the EMA for me. I'd like to see that trigger, push up, stop it out, and then give us a second leg. So, looks like a little leg and a leg. So, let's see if we do get another push up. You took that one, did you? Thomas Wade took it. Yeah, he did. I think 8 for 8, 8 for 8. Yeah, a few took it. It's just not a fantastic bar on mine, and it's too far from that AMA, really. If I should wait for after the 17th to get a new eval for better offers. To be honest with you, 80% is probably about the best we've had lately. We did have a 90, but that's the first time we've had a 90 since God knows when. So I wouldn't hold your hopes. Yeah, see, it's not a very good bar on mine, but on his, it's much better. And not only that, it traps a couple of longs. That's much more doable, really. It's close to that AMA. I'd still prefer it a bit higher, but on my chart, it's just not very good, really. That could come up some more. Bar same as yours, worth a risk. Yeah, it depends how you trade. If you don't mind playing the numbers, it's kind of worth taking. I haven't got a. Yeah, I did even measure it. Get rid of that now. I haven't got a second chart today because I've got it on my NQ, so it may look better on my. I know a few traders had a better looking one than mine. Put it that way. 90% off. The summary, I'll tell you what, I would love that, but I don't think they'll do it. They had 90%, sorry, they had 80% off at $85, and everyone kind of got used to the 85. And to be honest with you, I don't mind paying 80% off, and I'd rather have the $85, but I can't see them having 90 and $85. You never know, stranger things have happened. Maybe they'll be a bit nice this Christmas, but I was hoping $85 would be the norm. That's more attractive to me than the evaluation size, but we live in hope. You never know. 3 vals with double the activation. Nothing would surprise me with Apex. Nothing would. It took them. I think it was at the 50% for about 5 days, wasn't it? They don't often do that. That's the first 90% we've had for months. I think they stopped the 90% because they had so many problems with Rhythmic going down. The amount of people just, picking up 90% off evals, Rhythmic just couldn't cope with it. But touch wood, I've not heard of any Rhythmic problems lately. I think there was something on Tradeovate a month ago, but I've not heard of any Rhythmic problems. No one's told me of any. So I was surprised they did the 90% off recently, but they kind of did the 90% off, but then put the PA price up by $45. So it kind of took the sting out of it, didn't it? So I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Chris, how you doing, my friend? How are you keeping? It does look like we may come down and fill this gap here. Good on you, mate. Good on you. Slow lately. I think I've took one trade all week. I took a couple on my My Funny Futures account, but nothing on this chart, I don't think, all week, which is unusual for me. Usually I'll have at least one. Usually I'll have a couple. Shame that, actually, because it was such a nice fitting chart. I had high hopes of a decent short there, but I'm just super strict. So I wouldn't even have taken that if it was more bearish, just for the fact that it was too far from that AMA. I've taken them before and it stung me. I had a second leg and then come down. So I'm kind of super. My discipline level is really good at the moment. I thought discipline I would struggle with more than anything, but it seems like one of my strongest assets lately. Maybe too strong. But no, I think you kind of whittle your way through ways of discipline, don't you? And you find something which kind of works. I think sometimes you can go from careless to overcautious. I've been through that side as well. But when I speak to some other traders, I've heard other traders saying I've only taken one this week. So, some people play the numbers and they'll, maybe take 78% trade, something like that. And they're still worth taking, but I'm still not a fan of losses. So I tend to just wait for the ones that tend to jump out at me. Excuse me a sec. Okay, excuse me a sec. I'm just going to take a quick 5 minutes to make a cup of tea. My mother-in-law's had a little bit of a fall over. She's getting a bit old now, so my wife's on the phone. So I'm just going to check everything's okay. So quick cup of tea, and I will be back in about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay. Moon's okay. Let's have a look. Right. Right. Are we getting a bounce? Or are we coming down some more? Let's have a look. Is there something wider? There could be. It's a bit too early, I think.
Order filled.
Just taking a quick trade on my funded futures. Big risk. I might come out of this. No, I'm coming out of this. It's too big a risk.
Target filled.
Yeah. Okay. John, how you doing, buddy? I have been observing. Let's try again. I've been observing and just an idea to try. Third touch of a potential channel. By the touch, small stop. I have been back testing it. It's pretty high probability. Good on you, mate. For those interested in crypto, beautiful XRP second entry long on the daily. Interesting. I think the more you sit here, you notice certain things, don't you? There is a strategy that I've looked at with something like this. What I call a double width bar. This probably isn't such a... It's not too bad, actually. Wherever you get what I call a double width bar. Now, let's say... So, we get a channel like that, don't we, which is quite tight, and then we get one slightly wider. And whenever you got either a downtrend or a long trend, you've probably heard this before a few times, we get something like that. Whenever we get a channel, what I call double width, something like that, whenever we get a bullish bar in a downtrend, if you just sell there, 2-point risk, 2-point profit, it works so much of the time. So if you'd have done it there, almost on its high, and you sell as soon as it closes, it comes back a couple of ticks and then goes down. So there's one example there. This one here, there's another example there, slightly wider. It's a bit of a, yeah, so we're clearly working down here. So you get a bullish bar in a downtrend. If you sell it there, it went up a tick, went straight down comfortably for 2 points. So that one worked. This one as well, channel up like that, bearish bar. If you buy on the close, did that one work? So let's say you buy there on the close, 2-point risk. You may have just been okay there, 2-point profit. So that one looked like it worked. There was a bullish bar there, same again. That clearly worked for 2 points. So same again there. I wouldn't have taken that one. It's a bit too early, but you know what I'm saying. Whenever you get a tight channel, but we get like a micro trend channel, don't we? Which is more like that. But when you get a slightly wider one like this, You get a bearish bar in an uptrend, just buy 2-point risk, 2-point profit. Just keep an eye on those. They work really well. Third touch of a potential channel, yeah. It's surprising. I mean, if you think about it, all these strategies that we trade, they're not, they've not been sent to us in a tomb 3,000 years ago on stone tablets. They've just come from people observing price. And that's all a strategy is, noticing something's happening on a regular basis. And, you sort of come up with your own ways of setups. And I'm pretty sure why Mac doesn't show us his trades, because I think he takes trades which are outside his rules. And why? Because he can. And because he's been looking at the market for 20 odd years. But he has to obviously, teach us a certain way, and the rest you kind of get with experience. But XRP, yeah. Do you know, the odd thing is with crypto, and I've followed crypto now for a few years. Now, one thing you notice with crypto, if Bitcoin does well, generally throughout the season, if Bitcoin's green and pumping, everything else tends to. So, you saying along, let's say Bitcoin dropped now by $5,000, pretty sure the rest of the altcoins would follow. So I always find sometimes if you're going to trade crypto, you'd be better off trading Bitcoin because, most of the altcoins tend to follow Bitcoin as a general rule. But I tend to not trade crypto. I tend to just buy it, and if it goes up, what I used to do is I started buying bits. Let's say I always waited, because I always got in at the wrong time. I always waited for it to pump. I got in, and straight away you're in the red. So whenever we had like a 10 or 15 or 20% drop over a couple of days, I would buy some, and then when it made that profit back 10 or 20%, I would sell it. So I was just making bits. And if you buy it and it happens to go down further, no problem, you just hold, because obviously it'll recover at some point. Much better to do when, we're in generally more of a bull market when we've come out of a bear market. But it's a good way of building up crypto. Buy it cheap, sell it high, wait till it comes down cheap again, and you're kind of accruing more. But XRP's done really well. I think it was around about 50 cents, wasn't it, not so long ago? If you tell people a system, but you trade Smith entirely different, you are a liar. Say that again. If you tell people a system, but you trade a system entirely different, you're a liar. You're on about Mac there, are you? See, are you on about Mac there, bud? Are you or not? Oh, you're about Mac, yeah. When I say that, what I think it is. So when you okay, let's say simple example. If you're a driving instructor now, over here you get taught to drive a certain way, don't you? And then when you've passed your test, that all goes out the window, and you kind of find your own way. So I think that's how he started, and that was the basic system. So when you teach someone, you have like a syllabus, don't you? You teach them a set of rules to follow. And then as your experience grows, you naturally kind of find your own rhythm. And like John just said, he's noticed things. And I think you kind of add extra strings to your bow. But I think if Mac told us too much, he would just confuse us. So I think what he says is he'll teach you the basics, and the rest you just kind of find with experience. Do you know what I mean? And then you kind of make your own way in it. And I think some of the trades he takes are probably out of his syllabus. Gap filled, yeah, are probably out of his syllabus, but it wouldn't be kind of fair to tell us. So I think that's the only conclusion I can come to about why he won't necessarily say his trades. I can't find any other reason, really, because I'd certainly love to know what trades he does take, but I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you've got to have a certain set of rules to follow, which are not too complicated. Nice measured move there as well. So gap filled, Nice measured move. So it's a tough one there, really. I hope Mac, before he retires, has a day trading where he'll let people just watch and join in and have a chat. Because I'd love to get inside his head. And just, I'd like to know what he's talking about. You know, I sit and chit chat, kind of what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking, what I'm looking at stuff. I'd love to sort of be on the fly of the wall when he's doing the same. We don't know what. Yeah, I know. I wish we did. The odd one we've seen. He did post a lot more of videos. If you have a look back on some of his older videos, go back to the oldest. He did put a lot more. But yeah, I would like to get inside his brain a bit and figure out kind of what makes him tick. You know. So 2 clear legs, gap filled, what looks like a small overshoot, I think. Oh, shoot. So we've kind of had 2 legs down and a pull back. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's a channel or something, a wider channel. It's possible. But yeah, it would be nice to have him. I'll see if we can get him on the stream. A stream one day. See if he'll come and have a chat. It would be nice for him. I'd love to just have him so you can just fire some questions at it. You know what I mean? A trade and talk, something like that. Okay, I'm not a member of his group at the moment. I've had 2 years. I did a year, then had a gap for 6 months, did a year, and I haven't done anything for another year. But now and again, I'll go back to go over the basics. But if anybody's still a member of his group, message him and ask him if he'll do a live session one day, maybe just for an hour, where he could talk about what he's seeing and we could just fire questions at him. I can't see him a problem. I think he'd do that. But it would be nice just to sort of, you know, get him to live stream just for an hour and just have a chat about what he's seeing, maybe what he would take. I think it would really help. It would be nice to see that, definitely. I'd love to see that. So maybe a small overshoot here. I'm on the fence here because we have had a touch of the wick. Now on someone else's chart, I was going to say it might be a full bar, but it can't be, can it? We wouldn't have. If it went down, it would be red. And it couldn't open down here really, theoretically, could it? So no, I forget I said that. I'm talking a lot, waffling at the moment. So possible overshoots. I wouldn't attempt that at a higher low because that may happen. I wouldn't want a short here either, not this low. So let me see. How you doing, H? I didn't see you there, but I read the gap fill, but I didn't see your name. Yeah, I just think he's added strings to his bow as he's sort of got more experience. Good on you, mate. Good on you. He's just added strings to his bow, I think, isn't he? We all kind of notice things, don't we? As we sort of, you know, as we trade. So let's get rid of that if it'll let me. Yeah, there's a couple of people got that as a small overshoot. I think I'm best just to pay attention to it, which means I wouldn't take the next short. But there's no plan to anyway. Way down, yeah. How you doing, Osam?
Order filled.
It's all right. I've just took a trade on the NQ. Let's get it.
Target
No,
filled.
off that. No, it is going up now. So yeah, it does look like an overshoot. I think I'm probably yeah, Thomas Wade's got it as an overshoot as well, so maybe that won't be
Order
too bad.
filled.
Very long. Come on, push it.
Target filled.
Nice, another quick 225 on the my funded futures account. Good. Okay, that overshoot's creating a pullback, isn't it? So what I'd like to see now is something like that. And then maybe something else would be nice. Leg, 2 attempts to go higher and then a leg down. Be nice to see that. I think on the daily, that could happen, I think. Let's have a look. Well, I'll say it could happen. Yeah, this to me looks, on the daily, we kind of do that, don't we? We pull back, push up, pull back, pull back. Sorry, pull back, push up, and then pull back, kind of 2 legs down. So I think there's a fair opportunity we come back to the EMA after, you know, a couple of legs up, little bit of sideways. We came down, pushed up and down again. So I wouldn't be surprised from where we are now if we come down, well, another 20 odd points, 25 points, maybe a bit more. So a couple of little pushes up and 25 points from where we are would take us down to whatever. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we had something like that. Let's see. So is that an overshoot now? Who knows ultimately? Sometimes after an overshoot, we will pull back to the EMA, push down, make a new low, and then move off in the other direction. So Yeah, you too, oh Sam. Sorry, but I didn't see your comment there. So, I'm going to say that's not an overshoot, I think. And then we make a new low and have a big push off. There's quite some buyers coming there. So maybe it is an overshoot. Let's put it back. Overshoot, pull back, new low, move off in the direction. Let's see what happens. So channel down, even if you forget this, channel down, one attempt to go higher. If we can get a second attempt to go higher here. Get down some more. Oh, someone's gone short here. Interesting. Not so sure about that. I don't know why you go short unless he's expecting a test of this. I don't know. You think maybe another leg up to here. Leg up, who knows? So overshoot, maybe a bigger correction. I think he's taken the failure, but to me, this is a leg up after a possible overshoot, a bigger correction. So my gut tells me we could get up here, which should rule me out of taking a shot. Yeah, I wouldn't want to take a short here anyway. I mean, even if it's not an overshoot, we've come off the tops. We've only got down so far. We're not quite where we should be. So. Yeah, it does make more sense. That's a better bar. That is a failure, and you're quite likely trapping these, but that's much better looking. The other guy didn't have anywhere near that, unless he just took that and it looked better on his other chart. Oh yeah, he says he's got two charts side by side. I think he's just took a picture of the wrong chart, I think. So I dare say there's going to be buyers below there. You'd like to think, wouldn't you? So maybe that isn't an overshoot. Let's bring it out a bit. Does touch there on the stem anyway, so. This is turning into a reasonable trend channel down, isn't it? I wonder how long it'll be before it has some sort of a break if it's continuing down, because it's quite tight, isn't it? ATR's back nicer today, isn't it? It'd be nice to get my 3 points off that now. I go for a full 3 points there. It went down to like 1.5 yesterday, didn't it? The last couple of days has been exceptionally low, but there is there is more volume today, isn't there? We have got some. Market is moving, but yesterday we just had such a lot of chop. It wasn't an easy day at all yesterday. In fact, there's a trade I've just noticed there. I've had a go at that. Price still under the EMA. Second entry short worked nice as well. Yeah. When it's 150, it's just too low, isn't it? Nothing you can do here, really. It's a bit trappy. There's a bull bar trap. You won't want to go long anyway. There might be a bear bar trap. We could push up higher. Yeah, look, if you'd have took that one, you're about to get stuffed. It's too sideways, isn't it, really? I'll be surprised if that bear bar doesn't get stopped out. Sometimes the fact that it's just bearish helps you out, but this to me now is starting to get a little bit congested. So I wonder now whether we have a break or whether we just push up and have a kind of a failure here. There is still the possibility of that. Sometimes it will come down, make a new low, and then rocket off in the other direction after a possible overshoot. There is one or two still showing that overshoot. So I'd absolutely suggest that bearish bar is going to get stopped out. It has now anyway. Probably break above that as well, I'd say. Pick off any little bits of liquidity left. There could be a second entry short. I don't know. I'm a bit uncertain about this. Mind you, we had the same there. It went sideways and then it dropped again. So it could drop. And we were kind of in this top tier then. But you just can't trade any of this at the moment. It doesn't stop it from just rocketing down. But it's a danger zone. So I'm just sitting and watching here. Trouble is, if we do break out from this, trading that short, I'll be concerned about, because not only will we break out here, we'll break out of this channel. unfortunately, so I don't know whether this will just continue down now, because if it does have a failed break out of this, we're actually out the channel then, so I'd expect more than just to come straight down. But I am aware there may have been an overshoot there. Some have got it on still, and I'm aware of it, but I'm aware of it. Okay. Now, there's a small break of the channel, and possibly an overshoot may have caused that. Couple of legs down, sideways an overshoot. But I'm cautious here. You might think, oh, let's go short out of this, and it may well work. But the issue I have is if it does push above here and we've had a break of it, in which case we may take this scenic route back down. You took 33 points on the yesterday and 111 points. Wow. Good for you, mate. 33 points. Flipping hell. Take it you got it up here. Was it here or somewhere like that? Or somewhere else? Where's 33 points take us to? Let's say we're down here somewhere. 33 points. So I'm guessing it was there, was it? Somewhere around about there. Good on you, mate. That's what you want, isn't it? Wow. Yeah, Christ, I can't remember the last time I made 33 points. Probably last summer. When I say last summer, I meant throughout the whole summer. Yeah, so I'm guessing you got it up here somewhere, maybe there. Slightly higher, I'm guessing. Mind you, that's assuming you took it all in one go. Okay, so we've got a break here now. This definitely looks like a break to me, so I will be cautious now. Row the top down. Good on you, mate. I would expect more than just a break and a short, so I would be inclined not to short this. I'm not saying it won't work, but there's a little range there, and generally most breakouts fail, but under the circumstances with this, it's a break from a big channel, and we've come down, as we know, 30 odd points, probably 40 from the top, and that's a fair sized channel. Yeah, exactly 40 points, I think. So I'd expect more than that, so I'm going to avoid this one. Ordinarily I'd take a trade like that back into this, but because we've had a break of the larger channel, I'm staying out of this. I'm not saying it won't work. How many trades have you got on this week so far on peer accounts? I don't believe you took anything on your peer in the last 2 weeks. I took 2 trades last week. I've had nothing this week. I've taken a couple of trades on my Fund of Futures account, but this is the quietest week I've ever had. I had 2 trades last week. Both winners. 3 trades a week before, both winners. So the way I see it is, if I going for 3 points, if I can get 2 clear winners in a week on average, that's $600 per week. That's $2,500 a month. If I take a loss or 2 out of that, I can make close to 2,000. That's kind of the way I see it, which is kind of what you can take out of a. But it's been a crap week, to be fair. It's been an awful week. But not these PA accounts, no. Per account, yeah. That's what I mean. So I go for 3 points, so I tend to be a little bit strict. So if I took 2 trades, like two trades last week, 3 trades a week before, that's 9. So there's $1,500 up just in the last 2 weeks. You see what I mean? So let's say I do nothing this week. The week before, I've had 9 winning trades in a row, so I guess I'm probably up 2,000 over the month. So I'm guessing something like that. And if you've got 10 or 20 accounts with Apex or whoever your prop firm is, it just goes to show, doesn't it, what you can potentially make. So you don't need a lot of trades, really. Is anybody taken that one? Someone said down fell breakout worked, so I was expecting a much stronger correction. Yeah, so I don't think many people took that. It's unusual that to pull straight out and drop straight down to a new low. Very unusual on such a channel that big. So what level do you prefer to get your account to before you take 2,000? Well, I've been taking 500 and 1,000 out of accounts, and my accounts around 3,000. So get to 5,000. My plan is at the moment to take 1,000 out of each until I can get them to 5,000. And then what I'll say then is whatever I make on top of 5,000 over the next month, I'll withdraw. Obviously only up to 2,000, I'll withdraw. So if I have a good month, 2,000. If I have a crap month, might still be 1,000. So that's kind of my plan. So just take 1,000 a month. Over 6 accounts, that's 6,000. And then whatever I make on top of that, I'll let it grow. And when it gets to 5,000, then the plan is to take 2. Only when it hits. Correct. Yeah. 31 to take 1,000 per account. Yeah. You can take 500, I think, minimum. When it gets to 2,600, and that would leave your account to sorry, yes. Correct. We'll leave it at 2,100. So after your 1,000, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it's been a really quiet week. So last week, 2 trades. The week before, I was up 900. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So $1,500 up in the last 2 weeks. This is week 3. So another trade and a half will be 2,000. And I'm not counting the first week. So I'm up 9 winning trades in a row, so there's probably a couple of trades there. So over the last 4 weeks, I'm up over 2,000 in the account. So if I can hit $2,000 on average per account, that would be fantastic to me. And it's not a huge amount. It's only around about $500 a month, which is not a lot. Does moving the stop at 51 with Apex P8, does the moving stop? Yes, it does. So you're trailing drawdown. When you hit $2,600, your account trailing drawdown stops at $5,100. Sorry, 50,100. So if I took a longie and it went up $5,000, came down and took me out for break even, it wouldn't make a difference on my account. So that's when you can, go for maybe a little bit more profits. You don't have to worry about coming back and catching that drawdown. So I'm wondering now whether that's an overshoot. A lot of times we'll get an overshoot, it'll make a loon low and then move in the other direction. So my gut feeling now is this is going up. So that looks like an overshoot. Sometimes an overshoot will have a bigger correction. Other times it'll pull back, make a new low and push off in that direction. Sometimes it'll make a similar size break out of that and continue down. But this to me looks like it's reversing. Unless we've got this channel slightly different. And I can't see how we could fit that in without missing everything else. So this to me, break new low. And the only reason I think we've had that is because of this overshoot. So, yeah, my gut's telling me this may reverse here. You never quite know ultimately, but I think the channel looked that nice. The only thing I can think that would create that is this possible overshoot. Yeah, I just, because I go for 3 points, which is kind of 50% more than most, I tend to wait for trades, not necessarily just a good setup, but a good setup with the potential to move for me 3 points. So yeah, ordinarily, if that had been still within this channel, I'd have jumped all over that. It's 2 little legs up in a bearish bar. The only reason I didn't is because it broke out of the bigger channel. So, what's going on here? Excuse me just for a second. I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll just be a minute. Okay, let's have a look at this. I wonder. It certainly could be. I'd like to trap some shorts here. So that bullish bar is triggered. Let's see where that goes. Maybe it's going to come and stop that out, and this channel's going to be a bit wider. If there is a channel indeed. So it's stopped that out for a tick. Now where's it going? My guy's telling me we may have a channel out after that small break. Because of this overshoot, it's the only reason I can see why we had such a small break followed by there's no way I'd have taken that as a short seat. If that was still in that channel, I'd have jumped all over that. It would have been an absolute beauty of a fail breakout, 2 little legs, big bearish bar, and look how quick it came down. But because it was part of that break, I couldn't take it just in case, because when we have a break for such a big channel, sometimes we'll do this and then go sideways and come down. It's just weird. And the only reason I can see we had that is because of that possible overshoot. That was more like that, wasn't it? So that's the only reason I can see, because of that. So I think this may even be wider. I wouldn't be shocked if he went sideways to here and then pushed up. That's if that's the case. I'm just picking ideas off out the top of my head now. So push up, one attempt to go lower, second attempt to go. I'd like to see what happens if this triggers. It has done. Let's see whether this pushes up now. I wouldn't want to go long here because it's just sideways. I mean, it could come down. It could start to range. It wouldn't be unheard of. Let's see where this goes. I wonder. It's almost like a little range itself. Maybe this is going to trigger this and a failed breakout to go up. I don't know. It could come down, could go up. It's just... Yeah, Thomas Wade has just put that this second, so he's thinking range. So maybe that's why it's doing that. It's ranging. So we may get 2 pushes up and then down some more, possibly. It certainly could go down more based on what the daily is showing. So maybe this is one attempt to go higher, second attempt to go higher. Who knows? Let's have a look on the daily. So I don't think it is that. I've just put it there out of curiosity just to see if it fits. Yeah, so this just looks like that second leg down here, so it could come down some more. And in a lot of cases, it'll push through. But it'll push through that EMA, so I mean, we're here now. You know, it could come down to there, and that would be another leg down, wouldn't it? So one leg down, a couple of attempts to go higher, and then down again. So 1, 2. That's kind of what I'd like to see. Well, ideally, maybe something like that, but down some more, leg and a leg down. Something like that. I don't think that's the case, actually. So, yeah, I'm thinking down again here, and then maybe up to try again. So leg, leg. So there's a failure there, isn't there? A long failure. Or maybe these legs are more like that. Or perhaps there is something like that. So maybe we're getting that. See, I prefer these two legs more side by side. And they're more kind of that angle. This is the 10,000 tick chart. We've got a leg and a leg. Could come down. It's a leg and a leg, isn't it? I wouldn't just pick it. It would have to be a lower high, but there still could be a channel up. There's a few different scenarios here, isn't there? Or it could be an outright reversal. I don't think it is. Okay, so there's a measured move. In fact, we're probably on it now, actually. So if this goes below that EMA, I'd say this is going to come down some more. But after such a big channel, I'd expect more than that. Maybe some sideways. It doesn't look like a channel to me. It looks like more two legs. Let's see. Oh. So yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is a reversal. Click.
Order filled.
Just taking a small trade on the NQ. Mm.
Target filled.
Nice. Another quick couple of $100 on the NQ. That's up nice there. I just wanted to have a go at that. It was quite a small risk, couple of legs up. So let's see what happens here. Whether this respects this or not. I've got a funny feeling it's not going to. I have a feeling this is going to come down. I don't know, to be fair. But I wouldn't expect it just to come down here. We've already had a break at a new low. But I don't know what's going on here. It's just acting a bit unusual at the moment. Overshoot, that could have caused that. But then usually overshoot there. Perhaps it is an overshoot there. Small overshoot here and just a new low. And maybe you have two legs in it and it works down. I don't know. It's just... So maybe it is just a second entry short, just a couple of attempts to go higher and then lower. It is acting like...
Order filled.
It is acting like... we're going to have another leg down here. Come on. Come on.
Target filled.
Nice. Another couple of $100 on that. Lovely. That's up nice today, that is. So in my funded futures, PA is doing really well today. I'm trading that slightly more aggressively, more kind of on gut feeling, but that's up nice. That's up $800 today. Couple of legs up. I took that bar. It is looking like it's likely to come down, 2 legs and then down again, but I don't know. So I won't trade that anymore today. That's enough today. $800, $770 after fees. So let's take that onto a sim. In fact, let's put that back onto the ES number 8. Let me just check that's working.
Order submitted.
Yes, beautiful.
Order cancelled.
So I think this is more 2 legs up. Maybe this is going to continue some more. Do you know something? Someone's put his chart like that and brought that down there. It's quite possible. It actually, funnily enough, visually kind of fits. Your tick count on the NQ. At the moment, I'm going for... Oh, sorry, I've cancelled it. I think it's 65 tick risk, 65 tick profit. It's about $300 risk, something like that. I think, mate, to be honest with you. I've switched it off now. I've made... I'm up $770 in that account. So I've come off that now. Oh, I was trading the 2000 tick chart, but sorry. I think I was going for... I think I had it set at 65 ticks, which trading one contract is about 300, I think. It's kind of what I go for. So big bearish bar there. So maybe that is right. Maybe this is just a break and it's going to work its way down. I certainly think it's feasible. I mean, you could even maybe go, well, if you can go with there, would that work? No, maybe not. It's not terrible. Sometimes they are a little bit obscure in how they fit. So we've got a leg and a leg up, a leg and a leg down. Maybe it'll go sideways before it works down, maybe. Who knows? I wouldn't be shocked if there was something wider there. Touch, touch, touch. Yeah, there certainly could be. Couple of legs up, nice correction and down some more. That actually doesn't look terrible. It is a correction, isn't it? So maybe that's it. Maybe. Two legs up. We've come back in another retest and then down. So it's possible. Okay. Yeah, so possibly something larger. That would certainly make sense, wouldn't it? Correction. And then down so much. Maybe just a retest just to say, are you sure? We'll see. Hmm. Okay, maybe that channel is in play. Let's have a look. 2 legs up, 2 legs down. Let's see what happens. I mean, it could shoot up, couldn't it? Who knows? Tell you what, this second 2000 tick chart is so different. I mean, look at the difference between that and that. It's massively different. It's not usually that different. Interesting. Are we going to get a third test of this before it decides to continue down? Certainly a possibility. That would take us down to around about, what's that, 18, 618, something like that. Let's have a look on the daily. $6.18. It's certainly heading that way. 6.18 would be about there. Yeah. Looking on the daily, this certainly could leg down to about here, push through that. Certainly looks like 2 legs down, and that would take us down to around about 18. That would take us down, say 26 points for argument's sake. So where would 26 points take us? That's too much, isn't it? Oh, tell a lie. It would have to be from where we are now. So 26 points from the low there. That's not far away, is it? That's not far away. I think there's a good chance we get a second leg down. The daily, in fact, it's a bit more than 26 points from the bottom. It's more like, 27. There's not a lot of difference. Around about 18. Is that 18 or not? No, 18's there, isn't it? So around about there. 25, 26 points. Leg and a leg. It's certainly feasible, isn't it? We had it there, leg and a leg, right below, leg and a leg. We held there, but we actually broke a fair bit through it, so that could still work. There, broke a bit through it, right through it there, same again, through it there. So this, to me, after that 2 legs up, looks like 2 legs down. That's certainly feasible anyway, so I think there's a good chance we come down and end up further down here. Whether it's going to fit in here or it's going to have something itself, I would suggest it probably isn't going to have anything much steeper. We'll see. I'd like to confirm this line again if we can. Okay, excuse me just a second. VA hospital route appointment, but I need your email to write reflection. Your trading differences of my approach. You've been a great help. Thanks. Excellent. No problem. My email is... Oh, what's happened there? There you go. That's my email. So, leg and a leg. What's going on here? You're welcome, my friend. Anytime. Anytime. If anybody doesn't know what the VA hospital is for sexually transmitted diseases, but that's just between us. Clap clinic, they call it over here. We know what it is. We know what the VA hospital is. You get a lot more support as veterans over there than we do over here, put it that way. Yeah, coming in hot. What is going on here? I'm hoping we get kind of a second entry short. There's a possibility. This is just a slightly different chart. Well, it's the same chart, but with a... So I'm just thinking maybe a leg and a leg. Got a new count here after that high, so technically this is a failure. It's tempting, that is. My only trouble is it's quite large now, and it is going into support, and it is a little bit congested here, so I'm going to sit tight on this one just in case. It's bouncing a bit here, so it could go up a bit higher. I don't know. I'm just in two minds of what's going on exactly here, whether we're ranging, whether we got two legs down and a bounce, and we're going to have two legs up, and it's going to range a bit. So short at the moment for me is just, you don't know whether it's going to do something like that. So I'm staying out of a short here just at the moment. It's just congested. It's a bit trappy, that is. Oh. Yeah, we could have a leg and a leg up. So that short is it hasn't triggered anyway. It's dangerous in that lot there. We could have a leg and a leg and test this line again. If we test that line and come down bearish, I may have a go, because you could probably even trade that as a failed breakout, because this looks like a little bit of maybe a bit of a range here. So if we can get two legs up, may short this as a failed breakout. We'll have to see. Yeah, I certainly think we're going to break these lows anyway, even if it doesn't continue down. But I'd be surprised if it does that and comes straight down. I wouldn't be shocked if it goes a bit sideways before it moves down. It may do, but I'd like to see a leg and a leg first, which could be possibly a second entry short right up here somewhere, before I'd even consider getting in short there. Leg and a leg. I'd like a leg and a leg and maybe have a short here. AD and exponential. Yeah, it's stacking up in it, yeah. It's Friday, it's lunchtime, yeah. Shishin Fips. I actually prefer that. Okay, maybe get a couple of legs up here. A little push up. I'd like to see a bullish bar trigger there. A push up and give us a bearish bar there. Now have a go at that. Eager beaver buyers here. I'd still like to see after that this come down and retest these lows. I will, mate. I've just heard the ping now. Okay, possible second entry short. I prefer it to tick above there, but it's 12 ticks already. I expect it to hit the bottom, but it's 12 ticks. It is two legs up. It is a second entry short. I expect it to hit there. It may come down, but there's not enough space for me to get me 3 points out of that, really. which is a shame. There's not a lot there, to be honest with you. Tick below 2 points. I want more than that. Get down for there. There's 2 points there, I'd say. At that bottom, I'm pretty sure of it. 2 points will be there. It is 2 legs up, and it actually is a second entry short as well, and it's off the key entry point. So I expect it to hit 2 points. I still expect it to break that the lows of the day here. So you got 2 points out of that. You may get more, but it's not worth me taking it just to get from there to there. I want some decent points. It's a 12 tick above, tick below. It's a 14 tick. I want more than 8 ticks. But if anybody got into that, you got 2 points out of it. Let's have it ticked above. I don't mind if it has a matching one. It's good enough for me, that is. Can't see many people buying there, really, anyway. Especially after this big move down. I'd like to see this break the lows first before this will go up, or if it goes up. I'm not oblivious to the fact that we may have a second leg down. Looking on the daily, it could certainly get down here. That's for certain. Yeah, a few people took it but didn't get filled. It did move. Well, it moved over and started moving down quickly. But it's clearly 2 legs up, so it's clearly 2 attempts to push up, and it's got right to this area. In fact, I could drag this down a tiny touch and touch the top of that. So, it's off the key entry point as well. Leg and a leg. As we know, market likes to move in twos. Clearly did there. 2 attempt. Bearish bar. It's coming down to the bottom, isn't it? Playing the range. I won't take trades near the middle. You're playing the range here. See, this to me at the moment is leg down with a correction. For me, it's working down. I expect it to break those lows. Whether it will continue down for another leg is another matter, isn't it? So let's just get rid of that at the moment. So it is working along there. Touch, touch, touch. 2 pushes up, touch there, and came straight down. Didn't mess around, came straight down to the bottom. So you'd have got 2 points there. In fact, I'd probably got 3, but I won out really before all that lot, just in case, because there is a little bit of support. There's 4 bounces there, a couple there, a little break there, but these are the lows of the day. I expect that to break that. There's bound to be some bottom hunters there. You can bet on it. So 1, 2, a few people took it. A few people couldn't get filled. But I thought it was okay. I just wish it closed a little bit higher so I'd have enough room for the bottoms. I'm not risking, 12 ticks? I'm not risking 3.5 points to get 2 points. But it is triple test, isn't it? It is a little stacked as well, so but I believed it would work. But I prefer to take it up here somewhere. You wouldn't get it on a limit. If you got it on a limit, I may have had a go. I've taken it, yeah. Well, it was a 12-tick bar, so if you put a tick above, tick below, you're risking 3.5 points. I don't want to risk 3.5 points at the end of a Friday when it is. I believe I'm reading the market right. I believed it was going to come down, 2 pushes up, and it did. I just didn't want to get in at the midline there. If it fell here and I'd have enough for 3 points, then I'd have taken it. See, Thomas Wade's marked it well. It looks clear on his chart, but he hasn't taken it. I don't think. He may have done. Sometimes he doesn't show he takes it, but when you see his bar by bar later, he does. But a few took it. A lot of reasons to take it. 2-0. He got out for 12 ticks, so there you go. 3 credence points, should have taken it. I risked it, didn't get filled. No fill. Tick above, I'd have risked it. So I thought it was okay. Just it was a little bit too steep for me. So The next place for me is here, lows of the day, break the bottom of this channel after that. So it's a nice correction and then it's working its way down. So, I opened them up, Chris, and I just thought, my God, that looks complicated. So I haven't really had a play around with do you know the bit that concerns me? You know, Apex have their own platform, don't they? Their own the sniper system. You have to pay $200 a month to learn that, or $250 a month. So my concern is, if they're providing this platform, are they just going to provide it for Apex customers? In which case, if you're getting used to a new platform, does that kind of make you more obliged to take it? Do you know what I mean? I like the fact, not only that, if you've been learning on the sniper system and you're paying $250 and you know that piece of software inside out, if anything ever happens to Apex, you're kind of screwed. So I like the fact that I've got a sort of, generic platform, non-specific with Apex, do you know what I mean? So I can jump on to either trading my own account with my own money, I can move on. So I opened it up and had a look at it, and I just thought, bloody hell, that's complicated. Especially after using Ninja Trader. This is about as pretty straightforward and simple as it gets. There's not a lot on the chart, is there? Not loving them myself. No, I get that. I've had some. I've had a payment decline with Apex, but I kind of knew it was going to. I took a risk on it. This was about 3 weeks ago, but the next one I put in, which I didn't take a risk, passed straight away. So I genuinely believe the accounts where I've not taken any risks have worked, and I've got paid out. And the one that I didn't, refused. And same with Sam as well. If you saw one of Sam's last streams, I think it was his last stream, he went a bit on tilt, and I think he was down $1,500 at one point, and he managed to get it all back. He put a payment request in for $500 and got refused. So if you break the rules, they refuse you. Having said that, the rules are, with a $2,500 drawdown, that's tempting. The rules are, with a $2,500 drawdown, I'm tempted to take this.
Order submitted.
Chart. Let's see how it pans out. There's a lower high. Trouble is, it's 13 bloody ticks now. So I get a limit. Yeah, the rules are $750 with a $2,600 drawdown. You're risking 30% of your account. You wouldn't want to do that in real life anyway. This is a shame. It's okay. That's what I was looking at. I like that. 2 legs up, lower high, beautiful bearish bar snug, but it's 13 ticks.
Order
tick
cancelled.
Above, tick below, 14, 15 ticks. I don't want to risk near on 14 points, 4 points. But to me, it's likely going to be the push down, gets below there, and then aims for that. So I'd want 3 points off that. So tick below, there it goes. There's me 3 points. I'd say that's probably going to get below here. I just wished it was a little bit less than that. But I'll be shocked if that doesn't make it. It may come back a little first, but nice bar. So we had a break, big strong pull back, trapping some longs, big bearish bar. I'd have taken it on a limit order back here, but it didn't have it. It just crossed over and it came straight down. So we're very close to those lows now. So with that being there, we may have a small pullback, but I think I'd have got my points there. A limit order, I'd have had a go there, but unfortunately, no go. So the bottom is just above 44, isn't it? Keep an eye on that. Same scenario here, but it wasn't as nice here for some reason. Probably because I haven't got the chart drawn. I've never been refused a pair from my broker. Well, it doesn't matter what you do with your broker, really, isn't it? They do ask reasons for it. Do they? I usually give a saucy answer. Last time I left, paid into. Why? That's strange. Your broker asks you why you want to withdraw. What the hell's it got to do with him? That's like you going into the bank and they say, you say, I want to withdraw $200 from the bank, and they go, why do you want the money? That's a bit cheeky, isn't it? They do ask the reason. What was ever a reason for withdrawing you? If you're earning money and it's wages, isn't it? That's odd, that is. They always do. That's weird, isn't it? I hope you tell them to mind their own bloody business. Just say you're going to spend it on a weapon and murder 15 people. See if they still... I mean, see if you did that, would they go, yeah, no problem, approved, stamp approved. That's weird, isn't it? Shame about that. So let's see what it'll work. If that was a bit of a less risk, I'd have taken it. But I expect a bit of pullback. Yeah, usually something like 2 points usually pushes mostly in one go, doesn't it? But 3 points, sometimes you get that bit of a pullback. But there's probably going to be some bottom hunters there, but that'll get stopped out, I think. And if it does, it'll let me target, or the target I would have had. More tick to push it. I know, tell a lie. It's at 25, so that I'd have got 3 points off that hit of it. 3 points was there, so that would have worked. If the trouble is, it's so close to these lows, I would want it further back here. If I could get it on a limit order, I'd have taken that. But it's a shame. But I like that. 2 clear legs up, strong push down, nice pullback, big bearish bar, snug right under that EMA. I like the trade. It's just a bit too full for me, and unfortunately no chance of getting in on a limit order, which is a shame. Oh well. A few people took it, no fill again, 8 ticks, no fill, triple test at the key entry point, second entry short, key entry point visual. Yeah, a few people took it lower high for 8 ticks. Oh, that's a shame. Oh well. I'm just not prepared to risk that much. Well, it was on this one, wasn't it? I'm not prepared to risk nearly 4 points. Well, with the commissions, you're looking at the best part of 4 points there when it's this close. Further up, I'd have had a go, but there you go. Stuff happens. But I expect this bottom to get tested or broken, but it is working down like it's working in a channel of its own, or even a 2-tiered channel for this. I like the way we had that breakout, pull back, trapping some longs, triggered them straight down, stopping them out. Okay, I think I'm done, folks. I've done 3 hours today. I'm tired today. I was up late painting last night. So a dry week today. I've had a $750 on my my funded futures PA, but nothing on these. It's been a funny week, actually, to be fair. So felt a bit. It's a shame about that because I like the setup. I just didn't like the risk that close to the ground. Yeah, you too, buddy. So this is the quietest week I've ever had. I think it does happen once in a blue moon. I spoke to a few people this week who said they've had a trade all week and that's it. So it does happen sometimes, doesn't it? But hopefully, it is leading up to Christmas as well. But it's not been a bad looking day today. It's not been a huge amount of setups, but price is moving and it's relatively easy to read. We had a nice correction here. I took a short there on my funded futures account. I don't mind risking there, but the bar was just a little bit offish for me there. But we had a correction and then down it came. It's been a shit week. Market has been waiting for CPI on Wednesday. Yeah, I've spoken to a few people. They've said it's not been a brilliant week, but at the end of the day, if it's a crap week and I don't earn a penny on this one, I've earned 700. I've earned about 1,000 off my my funded futures account, but it's not a huge amount, isn't it? But it's just one of those things, isn't it? But it's Friday anyway. We've just had a new two-seaters come today. Two nice, beautiful, nice green leather two-seaters. So my wife's out there doing been over and polishing and stuff, getting the stuff ready for Christmas. So I believe we're going out tonight to do a bit of shopping and for dinner, I think, somewhere. So Monday and Tuesday were crap. Yeah, it's not been a fantastic week, really, is it? There's been a couple I could have taken. They would have both worked. But it's just one of those things. Sometimes you hesitate, don't you? And they work quick. I would have 100% taken that one on a limit order. But the trouble is there's not a lot to these lows. 2 legs up, 2 legs down. I dare say there's going to be people buying that. We have a break, 2 attempts to push lower. And then when we push strongly through there, my gut feeling it was going to get below there. But the trouble is, if you take this here, tick below it, there's not a lot of room there. So you don't know when it's going to tick below and do something else. But it comfortably worked for three points anyway. But if we had a small limit order, even a few ticks I'd have jumped in. I was hovering over the sell button there. So, and I love the way when they push down and come nice and tight under here. And it was a nice lower high. But sometimes you snooze, you lose, don't you? Part of me wanted to take it. The other part of me said, I don't really want to be $400 down on, multiple times my account on a Friday. So I left it and thought I'll try and get in, but it happened. So if you're carrying on trading today, best of luck. Failing that, I'll see you Monday. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. And we'll do it all again Monday. Getting close to Christmas now, so we've got a couple of weeks, haven't we? I think 2 weeks. No, not even that. Next week, I think it's the last week, isn't it? Let's have a look. It's coming up quick. So, yeah. So next week, and then what I'll probably do is trade on the 23rd. I'll come and say me Merry Christmases. We'll see what the market's like, and that'll probably be it then until Monday the 30th. Yeah, you too, Chris. You take it easy. So it's the kind of last week, the run up to Christmas next week. So it'll be interesting to see what price is doing. So have a great weekend, and we'll catch up on Monday. Bye for now.